off of the Appalachian Trail by the hurricane. We got run off by a hurricane. Actually, it was terrible damage. We'll go back and finish.
We're not going back to finish this, man.
Well, we'll see. Then we did just a itty bitty bit of the Florida Trail. Oh, yeah, we've hit Oklahoma. But one of our group, where is she back there, was out of shape. And none of us liked the road walking. So we just did a very small part of that. And frankly, my body's not recovering from all of the hiking that we did on the 18th. But right now, we're taking a little road trip out west. We'll end up visiting some friends of ours in New Mexico, Albuquerque. But we're just kind of wandering along, meandering in. Okay, we're going to cover our face. We feel violated that they've taken our picture. Or is this it? Which we will post all over social media. But anyway, so we'll if we run into anything interesting while we travel around, we'll share it with you guys. Hope all is well. Later. Have trail, we'll hike it. So we've pit stopped for the night on our road trip, and we are around Butler, Oklahoma, and gonna walk this little trail for a minute. It's actually a wildlife refuge. And we may see these critters. How about that? So we were walking just a little bit, let our fantastic evening meal settle. And I looked over and I was like, that's the most random leaf. What is that? It's a cactus. It's just all by itself. I see no other cacti in this area. Perhaps as we walk we'll see some more, but that was the only one. Good morning.
Well, good morning. You finally got up?
I finally got it. We got a little Jeep side breakfast going here. Bill already had coffee going and some water boiled. I'm working on my cheesy grits and summer sausage. He opted for oatmeal.
Peanut butter and oatmeal.
Peanut butter and oatmeal. Anyway, we're going to stretch our legs a little before we leave this morning for another long car ride. And then we'll move on to the next spot. All right. Good morning.
It's cold in Oklahoma.
It's a little chilly. It's a little breezy. We are finishing our aborted walk from last night. Stretch our legs just a little bit before we load back up in the Jeep and are stuck in there for however many hours and miles.
We're about, I looked a while ago, I think we're about 500 miles from Albuquerque. And today's Wednesday, and we don't want to get there before Friday afternoon.
No, I think we're going to head up first towards the, around Nageese, New Mexico. That's where the Beastie Badlands. I may say that wrong. I don't know. Anyway, I think we'll do that first, and
No,
then
that's the northwest corner.
yeah,
So we have to go past Albuquerque.
yeah.
Don't be making plans when you ain't driving.
Well, so our first night we slept. We'll have that debate later off camera.
Off camera. I bet I will.
Anyway, so we spent our first night at Horsehead Lake in Arkansas.
Horsehead Lake in the Ozark National Forest.
In Arkansas. And then, so last night in Oklahoma at the Washita
Either
National.
Washita or Washita.
Washita.
I think it's Washita because there's no H at the end of it.
Anyway, National Wildlife Refuge. And
we camped at a designated primitive campground spot.
we didn't camp. We were just parked.
Yeah, we didn't actually camp.
We were parked at the trailhead. Anyway, so I don't know where we'll end up tonight, but we'll let you know. Where's it not going to be?
It's not going to be northwest of Mexico.
I need people walking along. Yeah, the different little animal species that perhaps may reside in this wildlife refuge. And we passed this one, and I did my turkey call, and Bill did not appreciate my turkey call. And I said, I thought it was great. He was less impressed. Wait, I think he's doing. Okay, what's yours? Yeah. I guess it was a little better than. Carly has chosen her stick for the walk this morning. You gonna bring it? That's the one she chose. Well, our chosen camp location for the evening is just this pull off
Coyotes were hollering.
on the side of the road. Yes, I heard the coyotes. What a great view. There's still, right, there is still snow though. On the ground. Yes. Ouch. Anyway, so we're fixing to roll out our bedroll in the back of the Jeep, and that's it for the night. I'd roll down the windows for a better picture, but it's cold, so we're not.
Cattle Gap.
Cattle Gap. Alright. Anyway, continuing our road trip from our roadside pit stop last night. We are starting to hit the area that got the snow.
33 inches of snow.
33 inches, which I really hope has melted. Clearly is not all melted. Anyway, sorry, our windshield is sturdy. It's been driven quite a bit. Okay, to be continued. We have finally reached our first little hiking destination. None too soon, as we've been pinned up in the car for a couple of days now, and someone was getting a frustrated tone with the navigator, and the navigator was getting frustrated with the tone from the pilot who was receiving the directions. So it is good that we are out to stretch our legs. And we are at Valley of Dreams. It's just our first little loop. We're gonna start walking in, and I'll show you when it gets down here and it gets more interesting. But we'll make some stops along the way. And it feels good to stretch the legs. Somebody else is glad to be out of the car. No. Cool to see a completely different terrain than the areas we've been lately. Think?
It's okay.
Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Could be. We're coming up on our first, I guess, attraction on the trail. I don't know.
All I know is this is so easy. I may hike the Continental Divide Trail now.
We did drive over it earlier, so we've crossed it since we've been here. But anyway, this is the mushroom seat when we get there. Cool. All right, we're gonna make our way around to the Three Wise Men, which is next on this tour.
I was trying to get down through the slickiness. Look at you. Good thing I went first, show you the path.
Evidently, we missed the Three Wise Men, so actually next will be the Hoodoos, and then we'll get the Three Wise Men on the way out. They're on that side over there. It's a bit like maybe walking on the moon. You guys can't see because of my shadow. See? I'm walking on the moon. I would imagine. I've never been to the moon.
Horse apple?
He keeps throwing her these horse apples. And she says each time, ugh, that apple tastes like shh. I just busted my ass. Me. I don't know. Can we see my ass? Is it dirty? Okay. Well, that's the scene of my demise. That's okay, let me see if I can make it up one without sliding back down. My booty's wet, but it's sandy, so hopefully it'll brush off. It looks so dry, but it's just the very surface. It's completely dried out because I had so much snow here last week. So underneath this little dry layer is Schnicky clay. Maybe that's the Chocolate King. Looks like it should be. My crewmates are getting thirsty. And I wouldn't mind a snack. So, I think we're gonna walk back. See you guys at the car. Okay, these should be the Three Wise Men that we missed. Right now you can only see two. If I walked fast enough, I could speed this up. But you know what? My knees are still pretty messed up from our previous hikes. Maybe we're not looking at the right thing. But anyway, here are Three Wise Men. That is one of the little formations to look for along this hike. There's a wise man and an even wiser dog. Okay, they're getting hot. I'm soaking up the vitamin D because I know later on I'll be freezing. We made it back to the Jeep. and hopefully a bite of lunch. I could go for a bologna sandwich, but I don't know if there's any bread left. Somebody's been eating a lot of peanut butter and honey sandwiches. This is our view for the night. The moon in front of us and the sun setting on the other side. West and east. Pretty cool. You can't really see us, but there's a beautiful sunrise happening out there somewhere. But it's very cold, so we're staying snuggled. Okay, so we are headed south towards Albuquerque, but we passed through this tiny little town called Cuba. And there is also a tiny little coffee trailer. You'll see advertised. It's relatively new, I think. But they have a really, really large selection. And the coffee, actually got a latte, is excellent. So I highly recommend. Cannot recommend our biscuit yet because we haven't eaten it, but we got a apple cider donut bread. So Bill said his coffee is good too. So he's more of a coffee snob than I am. Soda dam smells a little bit like sulfur.
This is about 4,800 years old.
4,800 years old. This is that Yemen spring. Different scenery than what we've been showing. It's a little bit different than Florida. So we are in Caldera Valley. This was an old volcano. So we're in the center, I guess. Quite a bit of snow here, like 32 inches.
Do you remember Ceremonial goes off from the left where across that bridge?
Bandelier National Monument. We're getting ready to do a little ladder climbing and visit some of these early dwellings. Take you along when we get there.
That's 900 feet. It creates a layer of stuff that's 900 feet thick. So we're right in the middle of that, the big ring structure that goes around.
So, what would these?
I think they were individual units, dwelling units.
And
So
they were
this would have been like
multi-story,
where
too.
somebody
Yeah, it was
stayed.
up to 3 stories, I think.
Well, I guess it's.
So this is a basalt rock structures here. So
Basalt
this is
rock.
where they were.
This is our geologist friend. He knows all the rocks.
Occupied by about 500 to 700 years ago. Had over 400 rooms and stood 1 to 2 stories high. About 100 people may have lived here with another 400.
So like this field, this is a sweet field. Wintertime would be set.
Y'all aren't.
That's cool. Well, they probably would go in and work on grinding, you know, their grains down for cooking.
I think the grain stuff is like more of a community.
Community, they
thing.
all
It
kind of
might
work
be,
together.
Yeah, because it's so freaking hard, difficult to do that stuff. I mean, there's another story up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think the ones that are up and against the wall, that's so grain and materials and kept it dry.
Yeah,
It's got some good
the
holds, but
original rock
the
climbers.
stability is not great. Stuff is.
I can't see in there, but it does look like they had some drawings in that one as well. Almost looks like a game of tic-tac-toe on the wall. That one, though. Yeah.
If you look at the post, this was at least 2 stories. You understand why? Because there's here and another one.
Yeah, and then there's another.
Going from the roof into the.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah, there's 2. Oh, I do see the little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over here.
Uh-huh. Right up there.
Snakes.
You can see the petroglyphs on the walls. It's really cool. See, I would think those cubbies were like where you stuck your moccasins or whatever at
Yeah.
night. You gotta have a
Yeah.
gotta have a shoe space. It was a shoe cubby. I don't know.
Could put a baby in there.
Oh, it's like a little bassinet.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I probably was sticking shoes in there.
Laura's got like 10 different pairs of moccasins.
Yeah. Oh, look at the little people up there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, see?
Like this?
Yeah. Looks like they're
Doing a
doing
herky?
Yeah. Woohoo. Super excited about today. Is he still throwing snowballs?
Never change.
So clearly we've moved to a different
Feels
area.
a lot better in there.
And I just pulled all of my like extra layers off. I had to put it back on. Yeah,
Oh, your jacket.
yeah. Now I'm like I'm pregnant. We are walking around. This is the old town in Albuquerque. This was here before the trains came in. This is actually the old chapel. We're going to see if it is open. I think not. It says very much closed. But anyway, yeah, it's, you know, like any other kind of tourist area. You've got a lot of your little boutiques and stuff, but some really cool places.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our dispersed camping spot for the night. It has been our goal this road trip is to park or camp each night for free. And we've managed to do so. This one's quite nice. This is actually right past or just on the outside of the White Sands National Park.
It's not a forest though.
It is not a forest. That's pretty nice. All right, I gotta help unload and
No, you don't.
make a bed. All right, good morning. We are still at Holloman Lake Campground, which is just past or just before.
It's an evaporating lake, fresh water.
It's a wastewater lake, evaporation lake, but it's fine. It's really pretty views and it costs nothing. There are a lot of campers out here. We're enjoying our morning cup of coffee. Compliments of Mr. McGee over here.
Good coffee.
Brewed a fine pot of coffee this morning.
Without electricity.
Yeah. Sun is bright and shining. You see the lake behind us.
Ducks are making their circles.
Yep, little ducks. Charlie girl looks like she's ready to go over there. She's like, you people need to hurry up so we can do something. Our plan today is to hang around the White Sands National Park and get hopefully some cool pictures. Obviously a lot of sand in our shoes. And see how long that takes us. We may stay here again tonight or we may move on. We'll just see how it goes. But I hope it's pretty.
Me too. We drove a long way to see it.
We've seen lots of things since we've been here.
Well, it was pretty. The ride down was pretty too.
Yeah, it was. Is it San Andre
Yeah.
Mountains?
There's the White Mountain, Snow Mountain. Below
It's
that
actually, is that Black Mountain? Is that the
camper. I
one?
don't know. The mountain's got white on stuff on top of it. I
Yeah.
think it's named Black Mountain.
Yeah. Anyway. And that's all we got right now. So we have done pretty good. Our goal was to do free dispersed camping the whole road trip out here. So far we've been able to do that. Some places better than others, but this one's pretty nice. Okay.
Cheers.
Ta-da. We're going to start on the Dune Life Nature Trail. We are here. We'll see what we probably a lot of sand in our shoes.
We'll go back and get some water.
Okay,
It says we need water. 2 for 1.
water. Okay. All right. I'm gonna walk up here, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of education. Not that we do that very much, because you know, sometimes I just like to see the things. But this is actually gypsum, and this is the largest gypsum deposit in the world. And that's the stuff that's used in drywall, gypsum board, whatever. And so what happens is it gets, like during the monsoon season, it gets washed down from the surrounding mountains and floats down into the lower basin area here, into some little lakes and pools. And when the pools evaporate, the gypsum forms like these little crystals that stick up. Very good, you were paying attention in our educational film we watched. Anyway, so anyway, it forms these little delicate crystals. They're pretty soft. So when these raging winds come through, it knocks them down and just kind of pushes them across, and they get battered and all of that, and they get shaped into this fine little gypsum dust, and they settle here. And that's where all these white dunes come from. That's your education for the day. You didn't bring your sunglasses?
I'm not wearing them.
You said to wear your sunglasses.
The sand line.
This is actually the backcountry camping area here. They've got little posts with numbers, I guess, which are the camp areas. Okay, we have yet to see any of the wildlife. I know, they come out at night, but it's also pretty cool right now for lizards and the like. But evidently, over time, and this is a relatively new in terms of, you know, planetary development, this has been here, or was it what, 4,000 to 7,000 years ago? So that's pretty young, but the wildlife adapted for safety purposes to camouflage. They're all light colored, so your lizards are very white to yellow toned. The same with your mice and the other animals. And evidently how that happened is just, you know, the darker ones didn't have any camouflage and they got ate up. So the lighter ones were the ones that survived, and they just repopulated, and they just got lighter and lighter over time. So that's how we have those light colored reptiles and other wildlife here. What other informational, hold on. This is a yucca. Is that a yucca plant? And what we're seeing is the top of the plant, but what happens, yeah, there you go, is that plant may go down. What we're seeing is just the very top of it, and it may go down as far as like 30 feet into the dune. And like, should there be, oh, you can see one that's kind of fallen over. It no longer supports itself. When the sand gets blown away from it, they collapse. You know, the very tall pieces will collapse. All right, that's all a smarticle for right now. It does feel a bit otherworldly. I've never been to a pure desert, like, you know, where you just have miles upon miles of sand and nothing else. But this is unique for me. We left Charlie's leash at our friend's house in Albuquerque. By the way, huge shout out and a thank you to some of our dearest friends, Rob and Allison, for letting us sleep in a real bed. We so enjoyed our visit. Oh yeah, I had to show out with some of the best food we've had in a while.
New Mexican food.
Yeah.
It's not new Mexican food, it's New Mexican. Really, I love the green chili pepper sauce.
We'll have to get some of those. Fresh, not canned. Allison said we gotta get the fresh. I'm already working on a plan for a green chili chicken soup. Sit down. Go down. Charlie, come, Charlie. She said I already did it one time. She's focused on something over there. Oh, come here. Come on. Come on. Good girl. We don't have to go back up. We can go around. Come on. So that was also one of the things that we learned is the water supply that comes down from the monsoon season and stuff ends up being held here pretty well because this area serves as kind of a bathtub, and that'll be the water supplied to this desert region for the entire year. Anyway, we got some water standing right there. They run through with this snowplow. I guess they do use a snowplow. Alright, good morning. We are hitting the road. Our camp spot last night wasn't the most excellent, but it was still a place to camp. We didn't pay for it. It's actually a rest area, rest stop, but it's not one of the big fancy ones. I mean, it's literally just some picnic tables and bathrooms, so it wasn't one of those that they're going to come and check on you a whole bunch. But I'm watching somebody's dog poop. That's nice. Good luck, little fella. I'll show you where we are. Morning. We're saying hello. I'm telling everybody where we slept last night. Yeah. So in this area, off in the distance, I'm not sure if you see, there are a lot of oil wells, and there just really weren't any areas, noted areas for dispersed camping or anything. So this was our choice. It had gotten dark. So we just pulled over and had a sandwich, made out our bed in the back, and that's where we slept. We're getting ready to roll on east towards Mississippi via Texas. So look out, we may be coming to visit. Come with us. Later. Alrighty. What I hope is our final night on our road trip. Camp spot is at Possum Kingdom Lake. Now, this is just a little cove. The lake's actually a lot larger than that, and it feeds off of the Brazos River. Anyway, you see Jeepy Jeep up there. That's where we're parked. Here's my girl Charlie. So we're gonna have our little meal, our little snacky snack. We've already made our bed up in the back of the Jeep, which I gotta say it's not a lot of trouble, but I'd rather have something that we're pulling that it's already made up and we just crawl in there. But whatever, we'll do what we do, right? Do what we do. We just do what we do. I think we got like 650 miles left to home tomorrow, and we'll try to knock that out and actually make it the rest of the way. So this should be our last night, I think. It's been a fun ride. We've seen a lot of cool scenery. So I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we did. Later.